Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We apologize about the few minutes of delay, but we promise to get done on time. Welcome. We're hoping we have an audience of middle school, elementary families who are thinking about what's next for their students. And we're here to give you some information on PUSD high schools and the choices you will have as far as academies and the resources you will have when your student gets to high school. So our presentation is Right Fit PUSD High School, and we're hoping we will help you make some decisions here. I think there's some quick interpretation for those of you who may need Spanish assistance. So I'm going to let Sandy, if you wanted to.
Buenas noches a todos, gracias por estar aquí. El día de hoy, pues tenemos participantes, familias de alumnos que están en primaria y en secundaria. El motivo de nuestra presentación el día de hoy es ver cuál es el bachiller o preparatoria que es el más adecuado para usted y su familia y sus hijos, las academias que tenemos disponibles y los recursos que podemos proporcionar a nuestros estudiantes en el distrito de Pasadena. Mi nombre es Sandy Drogo, yo le voy a estar traduciendo esta noche. Si necesita traducción al español, nos lo hace saber y para seguir continuando. Muy amable, gracias por estar aquí.
Right, I will turn it on now and
Great.
we are good to go.
So you'll be hearing a presentation that is kind of a dual action here. We have a Pasadena Unified Resource College Access Plan, and they're going to give you a rundown of what's available to all high school students through their program on each of our campuses. Our department will be presenting College and Career Pathway. I'm Christina Turley, and my colleague is on here too, Sophia. And we have two of our counselors who specifically look at students and their A through G eligibility in middle and high school, and they'll talk a little more about what they specifically do. We have Alex and Lizette here as well. And then we will have principals coming. We have two confirmed, and I'm hoping we will have representatives from all four of our high schools this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and send it on over to our friends at College Access Plan.
Thank you, Dr. Turley. My name is Natasha Mahone. I work with College Access Plan, and we're just here tonight just to share a little bit of information about our organization and what we do to support families in PUSD. So College Access Plan is a nonprofit organization. We support all of our middle schools and high schools in Pasadena Unified School District. Our mission is to support students in their post-secondary education. We believe that students should have the choice for post-secondary education and that it should be achievable if they so choose. Our mission is to prepare all students to be successful in college. CAPS programs are completely free. We do not charge for our programs because we are in partnership with our school districts. We are at every single high school, which would be Blair, Marshall, Muir, as well as PHS, Pasadena High School. We're also at our alternative high schools, Rose City and CIS. Our programs, we support students in middle school, high school, as well as iHeart College, and I'll speak about that a little bit later. And then we also support families. So that's why we're here tonight, supporting you families as you learn more about what our high schools have to offer. We work with students regardless of their immigration status, regardless of their income status. We believe in serving all students within PUSD. All families are welcome, and there are no requirements to be involved in our program. So our program, as I mentioned, we do our middle school program, which is a daytime program in school, as well as after school support, which is similar to like an after school club, which is a 9-week program. We do our high school program, which is a drop-in program. So our students can drop in to our high school after-school program for anywhere between 5 minutes to 2 hours, depending on their needs. And we support with college applications, financial aid, scholarships, things of that nature. We do our parent-family engagement workshops, supporting families around transition to middle school, high school, as well as college. And we also do workshops and webinars around financial aid. And then lastly, if we do programs supporting students while they're in college. So as soon as our students transition from high school to college, if they're on an iHeart College program, which they would be invited to, we support them through their college career. Our high school program offers a number of different opportunities for our students. So we do workshops around completing the FAFSA, as well as workshops around College 101, understanding how to pick the right college, what's the right fit for your student for college. We are at each of our schools twice a week, so Mondays and Wednesdays, and or Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:45 to 5:45. Our high school staff, so at Blair, Muir, as well as Rose City is Natalie, and she will support you all there. And then Cynthia is at CIS Marshall, as well as Pasadena High School. And then lastly, we have Daniel, who is our high school coordinator, and he supports all of our 9th and 10th graders, and we support with college writing as well as College 101. And then lastly, our iHeart College program. So this is one of our programs that we pride ourselves in really supporting families and students as they transition from high school into college. We support them in that transition. We do one-on-one meetings with them. They may call us and say, oh my gosh, my roommate, it's not working out. And we'll support them. And how can we help you find a better roommate? We help with filling out their FAFSA each and every year because the financial aid application has to be done each year. So we support them with that. We send care packages, and then we also do twice-a-year meetings where we support them in the wintertime when they come home from winter break, as well as in the summertime when they come home for summer break. And that's just a little bit about what we do with our iHeart College program. At this time, I'd like to turn it back over to Dr. Turley and Alex, as well as Lizette.
Thank you, Natasha. So you're going to hear from our counselors. They actually serve multiple sites. I'll let them introduce themselves, and you'll hear some of the supports that students get in addition to the site counselor at each of the sites.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lizette Rumbo, and I am the A through G counselor at Pasadena High School and John Muir High School. Is Ms. Gonzalez here?
She's here.
I'm here. Sorry about that. I'm Alex Gonzalez, and I'm the middle school A through G counselor for the district. I'll go ahead and start. So in middle school, we have a variety of supports that include high school planning, college tours, career awareness, developing study skills, organization, and time management, which is really important for middle school. And then students also get an opportunity to explore personal interests with extracurricular activities, various sports programs, and then the 20 hours of community service that is required for promotion.
And some of the support services that we provide in our high schools, aside from, like Dr. Turley mentioned, our counselors, we also have early college counselors. Specifically, that's at John Muir High School because it is an early college and magnet school. They have access to early college counselors who work with them with their dual enrollment classes that they take through PCC. And then every school has an A through G counselor as well. I am at 2 sites, and there's another counselor at the other 2 high schools, as well as Ms. Gonzalez, who's at the middle schools. And our job specifically is A through G requirement completion. So not just completing, but kind of promoting it and making sure that our students have access to credit recovery to be A through G eligible. And I want to speak briefly on what A through Gs are. So a lot of people don't know that there's a difference between high school graduation requirements and A through G requirements. Our A through G requirements are what our Cal States and UCs, so our universities of California, and our California State Universities require for our students to be eligible to attend them. And those classes are very similar to the classes that they need for high school graduation completion. The only difference being, well, there are a few courses that aren't on the high school graduation requirement course, which only one of them is the additional year of foreign language. So everything else is pretty much the same, except that our students have to pass with a C or better to be A through G eligible. So D's are okay for graduation requirements. C's or better are what makes them A through G eligible. And that's kind of what we work on promoting at our schools and making sure our students know that this will be the difference. And then we also have our career and financial aid advisors at every site. And they have a really cool space at the schools that I am at. They have the College and Career Center, which a lot of students can just do drop-ins. They also have college rep visits on campus. They work with students on workshops. And we do some career exploration there as well. And every counselor does do a 4-year plan with their students to kind of outline the courses that they will be taking throughout their high school journey. And then we also provide a lot of mental health resources on our campuses. We have wellness centers, and from there, our school-based therapists can refer out. So if they need more than kind of like a weekly check-in with our therapists, or just quick coping strategies, they can refer them out to other resources such as DeVille and Sycamores, which is a telehealth mental health service provider. And yeah, there's so many resources in our schools, but I'm just trying to keep it brief. But if you guys have any questions, again, my name is Lizette Rumbo, and I could put my email in the chat, and I'm always available.
Okay. And so PUSD also offers athletics. Our 4 high schools offer a variety of 30 seasonal sports programs throughout the academic school year. These are some very recent photos of our recent CIF champions. There's a photo from John Muir High School's water polo team and their football team, Marshall's girls soccer, Blair swimming. And then I also want to give a shout out to Pasadena High School, who recently took back the bell in our annual crosstown rival game known as the Turkey Tussle. So all you Bulldogs out there, you can ding your bell right now and just ring it. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Lizette and Alex. So now we're going to talk about specifically the programs as they relate to academies in PUSD. There are academies at all of our high school sites, so they will all be represented this evening. And as we move along in the evening, you will get an opportunity to speak to the lead teachers in those academies, and they will have some student representation as well. It may be a student who's here live with them. It may be a recording from a student, and there'll be a little bit of time for question and answer. You'll get an opportunity to go and see 3 different academies. We'll explain the sessions and the breakout rooms once we get there. Sophia and myself are going to do a brief overview. So when we say academies, this is what we mean. We mean linked learning academies, and linked learning academies are exactly what it sounds like. We try to link the students' learning from their core subject areas into an area of interest. The area of interest in this case is a specific industry. And you'll hear about all the different industries that we represent in just a moment. We rely on the 4 pillars of linked learning in our academies. This is not a curriculum, it's just a framework for how we want to make sure students are learning in our academies, and it differentiates what we do from just the regular schedule that students would have. So we make sure we have rigorous academics. Earlier, we talked about A through G. All of the courses within our academies are A through G eligible. So students, if they take and pass their course sequence when they are in an academy with C's or better, they are right away. They're A through G eligible. We make sure students have opportunities to take AP courses as well as dual enrollment courses in our academies. We combine the rigorous academics with technical skills that they receive in their CTE or career technical education courses. So they will come out with some tangible skills. And these are not, these are unlike electives in that there are longer course sequences. So if you're not in an academy and you're in a regular high school pathway, you may take an art class and you may take a music class and you may take a photography class, or you may take a engineering class. What differentiates our academies is they will, they're signing up to be in a 2, 3, or 4 course sequence. So by the end of high school, for example, our engineering students have taken 4 courses in engineering by the time they graduate. That's a lot of engineering background for them to have before they even leave high school. And you'll hear from students and teachers, and they'll let you know what the value of that type of technical skill training prior to them leaving high school is. Another thing that differentiates our academies is students get the opportunity to do work-based learning. We'll go into that in a little more depth in a bit, but basically that's bringing the real world or all those technical skills into the classroom, and then having students experience what the technical skills mean outside of the classroom in the real work world. And then, as we discussed earlier, students get personalized supports. So all of their teachers have what we call a common prep period, meaning that they have time in every school day to discuss the needs of students, to make sure students are getting what they need. They plan parent evenings, they pull students in for extra tutoring if needed. And all of our students in the academies have one counselor. So they have a counselor that's assigned to each academy. And I think Miss Linares is on here. If you wanted to turn your camera on and wave, she is one of our academy counselors. She is the counselor for the Law and Public Service Academy. So if you go to that breakout room, you'll probably hear from her this evening. Ms. Valadez, I'll let you cover this one.
All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Sophia Valadez. I work also with the different academies in PUSD, and I'm also a very proud academy parent. So my daughter started 9th grade this year, and she's in the Creative Arts, Media, and Design Academy. So it's kind of exciting for me to be on this end of things on both sides. So I get to see from all angles. So one of the important things for our students is for them to be aware of growing industry sectors, so that as they choose majors and decide what they want to do, with when they go to college, et cetera, they know what the growing industry sectors are, right? They don't want to, get a job in major in something that's going to disappear by the time they're ready for the workforce. So the state of California has identified 15 industries that are growing industry sectors, okay? And Pasadena Unified has 8 academies that represent 6 of those industries. So we have arts, entertainment, and media, and we have those academies at all 3 of our high schools. We have public service that's offered at PHS. We have business and engineering. Both of those are at John Muir. We have information technology also at PHS, and then health science and medical technology, and that is offered at Blair. So we'll, and those are the industry sectors. And as we move forward, we'll identify the academies. Okay, so.
So this evening, you'll have an opportunity to speak with Arts, Entertainment, and Media. This academy is at John Muir High School. The lead teacher is Miss Cynthia Lake. They have a lot of fabulous things happening there. I'm sure Miss Lake is going to talk to you all about it. One of the big things that has happened in the recent past is they have a TV and film studio on campus. So that's a really awesome space. And like we said, those technical skills that students learn, this is a very hands-on experience for students that they probably are not going to get if they were in another venue or just learning about the arts outside of a studio space. Miss Lake, are you on yet? If you are, you want to let us see you and wave? All right, not yet.
The next one is Academy of Creative Industries, and that is led by Mr. Luis Rendon at Marshall Fundamental. And this is, it involves a variety of creative options like graphic design and dance. So those are two that are featured there. And of course, they will tell you more about it. I think Mr. Rendon is on here too, but he'll have a breakout room for you to learn more about ACI.
You want to say hi, Mr. Rendon?
Hello, everybody.
Awesome, thanks. All right, the next one is Creative Arts, Media, and Design. And in this academy, students will have an opportunity to kind of branch out. And the first year they learn some fundamentals. After that, they have an opportunity to branch out if they're more into the graphic design. Then they'll have an opportunity with Mr. Archuleta. If they're more into visual arts, then they'll have an opportunity with Ms. Gorecki. I believe Mr. Archuleta, I see you, Ms. Gorecki may be here too. If
Yes.
You both want to say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Awesome.
Okay. The next academy here is at John Muir High School. It's the Business and Entrepreneurship Academy. Something exciting that happened before COVID and COVID put a little pause on was that the Business Academy worked with the Pasadena Service Federal Credit Union to open a bank at John Muir High School. It is a functioning bank, a credit union, and the students complete internships there. They work with professionals side by side in a functioning bank. I'm not sure, and Mr. Bond is here too. He will talk to you more about that when you're in his breakout room. But I know that the pandemic put a little pause on that, and hopefully we either have started again or will start in the near future to set that up. But students do complete internships at the Pasadena Service Federal Credit Union, and they do run a bank out of John Muir High School. I want to say hello, Mr. Bond. I see you.
Hello, how you doing? It will open in January.
Yay! All right, awesome.
Thank you. And we also have our App Academy at Pasadena High School. I always say they do a lot of cool things that I cannot describe at all. It's kind of amazing that students have an opportunity to learn how to code while they're in high school. Again, this is an academy with a 4-course sequence. So the amount of knowledge students leave this academy with is pretty amazing. I think Miss Orit is on if she wants to say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, next we have the Engineering and Environmental Science Academy. And that academy is led by Ms. Rodriguez. And again, kind of like app, when the students take these courses, they come out, just so enlightened and looking at things in the world from a different perspective. It's a very exciting academy. The students, I'm sure, again, it's way above my head sometimes. So I'm going to let Miss Beverly talk to you all when you are in her breakout room. But is Beverly, are you on, Miss Bev? And if not, that's okay. She should be on soon. All right.
Great. We also have the Health Careers Academy. This is at Blair High School. Miss Vega is the lead of that. There are a lot of really cool things that happen there. They emphasize sports medicine. So students get an opportunity to practice sports medicine techniques at games, on the field. They also have a really cool piece of equipment. It's an automage table. You'll hear more about that as well. But it's state-of-the-art technology that allows students to virtually do surgeries, look at the body. It's pretty awesome. And Miss Vega, I know you're on here if you want to say hi.
Hi, everybody.
All right, and our next academy here is the Law and Public Service Academy. And the Law and Public Service Academy is at Pasadena High School. And one of the things that they do, like all of our academies, they do some very exciting things. But one of the highlights that I'm going to kind of mention right now, they just had their first in-person teen court since the pandemic. So yay, they were virtual for a little while, but they're back in person, and the students are able to serve as jury members, and an actual judge comes in and they look at cases for students that are for someone that may have taken a wrong step between the ages of 14 and 18. And when they go through this program, which is teen court, our students are able to look at what the crime that was committed, whether they get to decide whether they're guilty or not, and then they have some sort of a restorative kind of something that they need to do in order to wipe this from their record. And it becomes very important for students. It gives them a second chance so that they don't fall into a system that might affect them adversely in the future. So I'm sure you'll hear a lot more about that. And I see both Mr. S and Ms. Osmonson here. So if you want to just say hello.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Great. So this is where we get to talk to you a little more about work-based learning and what that is. There's a whole continuum of work-based learning, and we like to give students a little bit of everything while they're in our academies. Again, this is one thing that distinguishes what happens in the academy from what happens in a regular track for students. Again, according to the industry or the technical skills that we're teaching the students in the classroom, or the core subject area that they are working in. And when I say core subject area, I mean English, science, math, history. If the teachers in those core subject areas are doing something that pertains to the industry sector, then we bring in guest speakers. They'll go on work site visits, which is a new way of saying field trips. But students will specifically go to look at something that has to do with what they're learning in the classroom. And a lot of times it's very specific to what industry they're working in. So for example, law and public service students will go to a courthouse or go visit a courtroom, or they will visit the police station or the fire station to look for specific things and learn from professionals. Students are also doing job shadows, and with law and public service, they actually just had their job shadows this week. Students did just that. When we say job shadow, it's different than a worksite visit in that students are paired with somebody specifically to learn about their specific area of work, and it's a one-on-one or two-on-one situation where there's a little mentorship that happens within that. For most of our academies, we do thematic weeks. So that's where a lot of our industry partners come in and they help us do some exciting things. In, like, for example, engineering week, we do a reverse engineering project. We have a lot of partners that come in and they help our students with some reverse engineering aspects, and business partners come in, they help students with resume reviews, they do mock interviews with them. So students are not only getting those technical skills from our business partners and people in the industry, they get some of those soft skills as well. And they get feedback from people who are already in the industry. We also do career fairs when we can. Last year, John Muir had a full-blown career fair. It was all academies, and students had a full day of visiting different people who they were interested in finding more out about what they do in the field and how they got there, and what college experience you need for that, and how you get into those areas of expertise. And then last but not least, this is kind of the cherry on top for us and for our students. Between their junior and senior year, we offer all students in academies the opportunity to have an internship. These internships are, they're really valuable for students in that they are an experience beyond what they could probably potentially get on their own. I like to tell students, and I like to tell parents, it's really great. We highly encourage that first job experience. Students learn a lot of fantastic skills when they have their first job. They learn to show up on time. They learn, responsibility. They learn how to manage their money. All of those things are wonderful skills. We just want to differentiate that, that our internships are opportunities that are within the field that they're interested in. And, you know, the first job at Subway and a letter of recommendation from your manager at Subway is going to be a little bit different than a letter of recommendation from, you know, a professor at Caltech. So we do try to seek out high level internship opportunities for students that are of interest for them. And, you know, we always have that question, this is down the line for everyone, but we always have the question, oh, I was in an arts academy, but I really want to have an internship in the health field. We try to actually make that happen for students. So wherever their interest is, we would rather them have the experience and decide if they like it or don't like it before they spend tons of money in college. So this is a quick internship video just so you can get the perspective of students who have had internships and also our hosts in the local community that have hosted our students.
Hello, my name is Donovan Ray, and I am attending the Law and Public Service program at Pasadena High School. I decided to enroll in an internship program this year because it's just a great opportunity to get a lot of work experience. You know, this is actually my first job being here. I've never had job experience before, and Andy decided to take me under his wing, and I believe that, you know, it's just a great experience for me.
My intern this year is Donnie, and he's been fantastic. He dresses well, as evidenced with the bow tie. And he is always on the ball. He shows initiative, shows up early, and he's ready to work. His solid work ethic is one that really inspires a lot of our staff here. And I definitely see a bright future ahead of him.
My name is Nicole Finocchio, and I'm interning at BC Design House. They are a design company that works on logos, branding, and packaging. I wanted a PUSD internship because I thought it would be a great experience. And I really wanted to see what having a job would be like and see what kind of career I want.
When I was first approached with a high school intern, I wasn't really quite sure what to expect, but my experience has been so positive. And I think it's wonderful that companies are utilizing students at an earlier age so they can get real world experience. It only benefits the students, and also it benefits companies as well.
My name is Scott Ward. Welcome to the Armory Center for the Arts. We help the internship program in a variety of ways, really working with dozens of teenagers. It's that moment in these kids' lives when they can go on a variety of paths, and to be able to put them onto a path that'll lead to productivity and happiness and fulfillment is really exciting. We decided to get involved because we believe that one of the best things we can do for the community is to invest in the youth, teach them, show them what law is all about, and see if they're interested in it so that they don't have to invest 3 years of their life and many dollars into law school before they figure out this is what they want to do. They can get a taste of that right now.
Being placed at Huntington Medical Research Institute fits with my long-term plan after high school, in the sense that I eventually want to either be a neuropsychologist or an epidemiologist. And being placed here at the neurology department is kind of a perfect fit into what I want to do. And so it kind of allows me to see something that I might possibly be doing in the future.
I feel this internship is preparing me for the real world because I'm going to go to college, and then my internship is at a college. So it shows me the habits and the expectations of what a college level environment, in a sense. And just being around and checking out the campus and stuff like that, seeing how people are, is like, I know sort of what to expect when I go to college.
Part of what's exciting about these interns and a lot of the internships is that they are, to appearances and behaviors, adults. So you think, well, they might be kids and act kid-like, but they're very mature and really at a point where making career decisions and getting skills that make them better able to go to college, better able to get a job, will make a difference for us all.
Someone who's on the fence of debating whether they want an internship or not, I would suggest strongly to take it.
One thing I would recommend for a future intern would definitely be to know generally where you want to be, and if you don't, at least be open-minded to where you're going to be placed, because if you don't like where you're being placed, at least you get the experience.
Something I didn't learn in the classroom, I learned at work, is that when you're here at work, it's a whole different environment from being in the classroom. In the classroom, you have friends, you have people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis, but here at work, it's about business and getting your things done. You have a workload, finish your workload, funds after.
My advice for future interns would probably be to calm down about the thought of it, because when I first thought about it, I kind of felt really intimidated and overwhelmed, thinking I might be interning at a law office. They know that you're a teenager, they understand, so it's not a scary experience or anything, it's fine.
The feedback I get from our faculty members and graduate students who are working with the interns each summer is that it's really rewarding for them.
From my experience over the years, I think interns have been really good for HMRI. We feel proud to be partnering with the Pasadena Unified School District to really make sure Pasadena becomes a hub for medical research and biotechnology.
Well, my experiences with interns have been fantastic. In many ways, it keeps me young. It keeps me engaged and keeps me really active with the younger generation.
I think the more that we connect to our neighbors, the more that we connect to the schools that are in our neighborhoods, the better it is for those schools and certainly for our neighborhoods and for us individually. Reach out to the school district. We all can make a difference, and the benefits to us personally are enormous.
Okay. Ooh. Computer's going a little funny. So as you can see, not only are the internships a benefit to our students, but it really is a benefit to our community at large. Not only do they get involved with our students, but they are possibly creating their future workforce. This video is a tad dated, but I did want to highlight the fact that we also have students who come back to support their academies. So we currently have a former Health Careers Academy student who is serving on the advisory board for our academy. Two of the students
as a co-chair.
As a co-chair, yes.
Yeah.
Two of the students that were in our video actually come back and they mentor students in the engineering academy. So we really do foster students coming back and giving back if they can. Now is the time when we are going to move into our breakout rooms. I can't figure out how to fix my screen, so I'm just gonna go with it for right now. So we are going to go into breakout rooms. What we're going to do is you will have an opportunity to see 3 different academies. I'm gonna let Jeff come back on in just a moment to describe how you will get into these breakout rooms. There are directions on the screen right now as you currently see it. So please kind of take a look at this academy list. And I know Sophia and I didn't do the best job describing what you will hear, but we tried to give you a little bit of an overview so you would have an idea of the 3 you want to see. We will break out. Please stay in the breakout room that you choose first for the full 12 minutes. After that, we will bring you all back together. We'll give you an opportunity to choose another breakout session. Again, we'll bring you back together and you'll have an opportunity to choose the last breakout room. So Jeff, if there's anything else you wanted to go ahead and describe to them before you open up the rooms, that would be great.
Sure. So yeah, I'm allowing you to self-select the room. So as soon as in a minute, I will hit open all the rooms and you'll be able to click on the little breakout room symbol down at the bottom and select your room. If for some reason you are not able to do that, maybe either the device or you don't see that, then put in the chat what room you would like to be in. I can put you in there. But try to first do your breakout room, because if everybody puts it in the chat, then I've got to scroll through and stuff like that. So you'll get the warning when there's breakout rooms about to close. I'll try to give you like a 2-minute warning just so everybody in the room knows. And then when 12 minutes is up, you get 30 seconds to come back in, and then we'll start all over again. And if you have any questions, you can always leave the breakout room through the same icon symbol at the bottom. Come back here. I'll be in the main room. And yes, so chat always works too. So I'll open up the rooms.
Welcome back, everybody. Now is the time where we are going to hear from our site administrators at each of our high schools. They'll talk a little bit about their high school and their experience with academies being on their site. So we will go ahead and start with Dr. Gray. Oh.
Open enrollment? Whoa. Yes, come to mirror. Oh,
There we
sorry.
go. My computer's going a little crazy. Okay, there we are.
All righty. So my name is Dr. Gray. I'm the principal at John Muir High School Early College Magnet. I'm so grateful to be here this evening. Thank you, Dr. Turley. And we're just really excited about the things that we do at Muir. One thing that set Muir apart from other schools. Sorry, I'm at home, so you might hear people shuffling. Buddy, stop doing that bag, dude. I'm at home, so you'll hear a lot of things in the background. But we're a wall-to-wall academy school, which means that all of our students are placed into an academy. And so they're either in the Arts, Entertainment, and Media Academy, the Business Entrepreneurship Academy, or the Engineering and Environmental Science Academy. The way we're able to do that is that Muir is set up to have 8-period schedule, not an 8-period day, but we have a block schedule. So we have 4 periods per day. So students are able to have an academy class, plus enjoy other electives as well. Our electives kind of coincide a lot with our English, history, and our academy courses. And so we do a lot of cross-curricular work between those different areas. And once again, it's just really nice because the way we're set up is that we're really cohorted into 3 small schools within our larger school program. So we'll probably have some more questions later, but that's just a quick rundown of our academy structure at John Muir High School.
Thank you, Dr. Gray. And Ms. Fonseca is here representing Blair. Ms. Fonseca.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ms. Fonseca. I'm the assistant principal at Blair High School. I serve the high school students specifically, and what makes Blair stand out from all of the other schools is that we actually offer an international baccalaureate program at our school. That means that your child will be receiving the same education as 5,000 other schools worldwide. We also offer the HCA Academy, which is our Health Careers Academy, where our students are able to receive education in sports medicine. Also within there, we are serving our Armenian Academy, as well as the International Academy. What we do at our schools, we encourage our students to be critical thinkers through our IB Learner Profile. There are several profile attributes, including students being open-minded, caring, and risk takers.
Thank you so much. And Ms. McKinsey is here from Marshall Fundamental. Ms. McKinsey.
Hello, I'm Lanisha McKinsey, Assistant Principal at Marshall Fundamental, where we have our Academy of Creative Industries. We are really honing in our program to focus on media arts, including all aspects of graphic design, where we're really focused on preparing students for professional level use of Acrobat, Adobe, Illustrator, and Photoshop. And we have a really robust dance program. Our teachers work really hard to get guest choreographers, guest teachers on campus, exciting field trips. And then we have a wonderful counselor, Miss Maria Torres, who works with students so that they can access not only the dance and media arts classes, but also other fine arts classes that they'd like to have. We are a 6th through 12th grade school, and so we have a really robust program, as well as our AP programs that we really work hard to make sure that students are able to access as many of the AP classes and still participate in our academy. So come to Marshall. We have school tours often in person. We even have evening tours. So if you connect with me, I'll put my email in the chat and we'll get you connected to one of our school tours so you can come onto our campus and see what we have to offer.
Thank you so much. And Dr. Kadama is the principal at Pasadena High School. Dr. Kadama.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to be in this virtual space with you all and tell you a little bit more about Pasadena High School and our academy programs. As you know, Pasadena High School is the largest comprehensive high school within the Pasadena Unified School District and colloquially referred to as Big Red. And that's really because we house our three CAMAD, app, and LPS academies, and yield all of those benefits in addition to our dual language Mandarin academy or pathway for students that are mastering the Mandarin language as well as receiving their content in English. And for each of our students, they not only have the opportunity to join each of our pathways or articulate into our Mandarin pathway, but each of our freshmen, in addition, are part of what's known as the BAR program, or Building Assets, Reducing Risks. And so while they receive all of the mentorship and internship opportunities through their pathways, when they start out at Pasadena High School, we arrange each freshman into a cohort that are also aligned with our pathways and academies so that we can track their progress, make sure that they're making adequate academic and social development, so we can lead them towards that four-year college or career path of their dreams upon graduation. And so please come and check out Pasadena High School and all of our unique spaces. As you know, we are the largest campus in Pasadena Unified. And so on our tours of our school, you'll have the opportunity to walk through our high-tech spaces as well as our print shop that's located in one of the oldest California partnership academies around, which would be through our CAMAD, as well as Law and Public Service Academy, where our students participate in innovative programs like this evening's Teen Court. And you can come by and check out that space, but more importantly, interact with some of our growing scholars and the students that we have in these programs. You will see the difference when they've had this complete look into the future, and they've got the preparation through work-based learning and other experiences that go far into more depth and project-based learning than what a traditional course may offer. So you're all invited to come and check out PHS, and we would love to have you join us on a parent tour. I'll put my email into the chat as well.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kadama. And he kind of speaks for all schools when he says come to their site and join a tour. All of our high schools offer a tour of their facilities. You can hear about all the programs that the site has to offer at that time. I know some of you visited, you were interested in the arts and you tried to visit all three different art programs. If it's a question that you still have to distinguish the different art programs and which one will work best for your student, we highly suggest that you visit all of the campuses, get a feel for what's available, and like Dr. Kadama said, tour the facilities, see what's out there. A lot of times it's the principals leading the tours, so you'll get an opportunity to speak to the principals in a smaller setting, get your questions answered. So we definitely highly recommend before your student takes the journey into high school, taking a tour at one or all of our high schools in PUSD, and you will see the wonderful, wonderful things that we have to offer in our high school settings. All of the tour dates are on the high school website. So you can navigate to each high school website through our PUSD. It's pusd.us. You can navigate to the high school websites and you can find the tour dates. I see the chat is coming up. So
How many students are in each of the high schools is the question.
Okay, so let's start at the top. Dr. Gray, if you'd like to.
He said 1,000. He answered in the chat.
Oh,
he said
awesome.
1,000 students. Pasadena High School, 1,650. How about Blair and Marshall? Oh, Marshall, 1950. Blair, 1170, but I think that's 6 through 12.
Yes.
And Marshall, Miss McKenzie, is 1950 just for the high school?
That's all together. I like to say that Marshall is the largest school in Pasadena outside of PCC. We have just under 2,000 students.
But that's 6 through 12.
Right, yes.
6
through 12.
Okay.
Thank you.
For our high school, it's roughly 550 students. So it's nice and personable here.
Thank you, thank you. Any other questions for our principals and assistant principals before we move on?
Oh, and there's a question about individual presentations from each academy. are they available to view after the meeting?
Yes, so we're going to share our Academy info page, which is our Padlet, and we will ask all of the academies to upload their presentations on the Padlet, so you'll have access to them after this meeting. In addition, CAP will send out, oh, thank you, Sophia. In addition, CAP will send out the presentation in PDF format, the main presentation, so you'll have access to that as well. Any other questions for our principals while they're still on with us? All right. Thank you, site admin, for logging on and be a part of this presentation and always supporting our students, whether they're in academies or not in academies or in any one of your special programs. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming on so late. Apologize to your families for us. Thank you, thank you. Any of you that are interested in learning more about how to access academies through open enrollment, we invite you to stay on with us. Those of you who kind of already know how to navigate open enrollment or are interested in a program that is already at your home school, at this time, we are going to go over the open enrollment process. So we appreciate you coming on this evening and listening to our academies. We apologize for any technical glitches. We are actually a little out of practice of doing things online, which is a great thing for us, but maybe not so pleasant for you this evening. But we appreciate you being on. Our academy teachers, we appreciate your time and your dedication. Thank you for being here. So at this time, we're going to move on to open enrollment information specifically. Those of you who are on, Ms. Valadez and I will stick around for questions about that process. Principals and APs, if you wanted to stay on, feel free, but if you need to go, we totally understand.
And we're still viewing your screen.
So the open enrollment process. Say that again.
I don't know. I don't know if everybody else, but I don't see the slide is very, very small and your face is the whole screen on my computer.
Click on her slides if that's happening to your screen. So click on that.
Okay, so that's
icon.
just me.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it'll switch back.
It's just getting smaller. So okay, that's fine.
All right. I know
Okay,
how much
go
you
ahead.
like my big face, Sophia.
Yes.
So open enrollment, the process can be found on our PUSD website. If you navigate to pusd.us, you can type in the search bar, open enrollment. You can also find it through this direct link. Again, this whole presentation will be sent to you. You can also view the tour dates, the high school tour dates that we were talking about earlier. From the open enrollment screen. You will need to find your school of residence first if you're unaware of what your school of residence is. They have easy access to that. You would type in your address and it will automatically pop up what your elementary, middle, and high school location is. If your high school that pops up on Find My School is different than the high school you want your student to attend, based on either the academies or other programs that are available at the schools, then you will have to go through the open enrollment process. We will share the dates in just a moment, but you will have to apply online. Again, if this is a process that is a little daunting to you, you can always come into the Family Resource Center at your school site, or you can come to the district office and they will have help you navigate this process. So you will need to be a part of the lottery. These are the dates for this year, for the 2023-2024 school year. That's what you will be applying for. Now, you will find that the academies are an option for the open enrollment process. So if your student is slated to go to Blair, and they are actually interested in the engineering program at John Muir, they would be able to opt in through open enrollment to go to the engineering program at John Muir. So the academies are an opportunity for you to find a program that is the best fit for your student. These are the dates. The open enrollment application is open for siblings. It was open from October 24th to November 14th. However, they are extending the sibling registration process. You can go in through the lottery process and they will give sibling registration priority during that time. So the first lottery application begins January 9th when we come back from break. It's open till the end of January, January 27th. You want to make sure and go in and fill out the application during this time. Again, if you need support, you can go to your school site. Community assistants can help you through this process right there on the campus. You can also come to the district office. We have a resource center, a family engagement center that can help you through the process as well. The lottery, the second lottery is open March 6th through March 10th. And you will be notified of the results. The first lottery, you'll be notified in February. The second lottery, you will be notified at the beginning of April, I believe. Are there any specific questions about the open enrollment process? Sophia, do you see any in the chat?
I don't see any questions, but I wanted to just point out that when students sign up for a specific academy, the permit is issued for them to be in that academy. So if the student after the first year decides they no longer want to be in that academy, then they need to, then their permit is revoked and they need to go to their home schools or apply for a permit to go to a different school or to stay at the school where they just spent a year. Any other question?
Can I ask a follow-up question to that?
Yes, of
course.
So can you do the inverse? Can you go through regular open enrollment for the school and then enroll into an academy?
Yes.
If you get a spot at the school?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And then, but then your enrollment, your open enrollment permit then is
it's
safe?
still valid. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that would just be that application process to get into an academy would just actually be a conversation with your counselor. They'll be able to share the course sequence and offer your student a placement in the academy of your choice, if that's the way you choose to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So again, we definitely encourage you to visit the high school of interest, take a tour. If there's any questions you have, again, a lot of times the site administrator is the one who takes you on the tours. If it's not the site administrator, it's someone who's equally versed in what the school offers and can help answer questions. We encourage everyone to visit the Academy Padlet. We will ask all of our academies to upload their presentation from this evening on the Padlet. I'll just give you a little preview of the Padlet.
Did Brian have a question?
Yes.
I thought I saw, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, thank you. Yeah, I do have a question. If my daughter wishes to continue with the dual immersion program, are there priority registrations for that? And then is she also eligible to sign up for one of the academies?
I think the dual immersion classes are at specific schools. So if I think it's PHS, right? And
yeah, and Mira, I believe, because she's in the Spanish one.
Okay, so she would be eligible for any of the academies in that school in order to do both. So
okay, all right, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions I missed, Sophia?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So this is just a quick preview of the Padlet. It has all of our academies on here. It has information about what they offer. There's their program guide. Again, we will ask them to upload the presentations if they had videos or a slide deck. We'll ask them to upload it here, but you can learn all about their programs on our Padlet. And Sophia, would you drop that in the chat one last time?
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you, ma'am. And I'm obscuring my own vision here. I think if there are not any other questions, we have come to the end of our presentation. We appreciate everyone being here. If you need, I will put my contact information in the chat. Please feel free to reach out with any additional questions you may have. Thank you, everyone.